بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل أعوذ بالله استغفر الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters, everybody who's watching. So I was bringing most of my books from a storage because unfortunately, this is like the only bookshelf I have will not fit all my books. This video is not about showing off anything. What can I show off anyway? People make videos, have pictures of like a massive library. Where I live, I have very limited space. So limited that I can't even keep my books in my flat. So I had to keep them in a storage. And it looks messy. I have to organize it. Oh, this one here. This is an original, legit, few hundred years. I think it's 200 plus years. German map of Persia. I have to be careful when Sheikh Adnan Rashid, when he visits me, I have to hide it. Jokes. So yeah, that needs to be organized. No way everything can be fitted, but I'm gonna do this inshallah. I think it's not gonna be a quick video, but inshallah it's gonna be fun, educational. Inshallah you're gonna benefit because the main reason I would like to share this video, my books with you, is two things. First of all, to encourage you and myself to read more, and for you to learn the Arabic language. You know, some people believe, so many Muslims think that it's an almost impossible task. It's not. Come on guys, you're not Rawafid, you're not Ayatollahs, you know, who can't memorize Quran, or forget about memory, who can't read a single Fatiha correctly with like ABC Tajweed. You Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, you can do that. You can learn the Arabic language. Having said that, you see these are all the bags, and then there's tons of books here, tons of books there. As I said, I don't even know how am I gonna fit. It's not gonna fit anyway, I know. But yeah, let's go through a few of them. What do we have here? Oh yeah, I was speaking of Arabic. Look at this. Alright, nothing. Look at this. Oh, this one. That's a love story. An-Nahw al-Wadih. This book is like a basic book, for Arabic grammar. This one I studied this with my with one of my asatid in Jordan, in Zarqa, and the beautiful city of Zarqa. Very good book, mashallah. And then what else? This is obviously in Arabic. This is also a famous book for students of knowledge and to learn Arabic. Al-Qa'ida al-Nuriyya bit-Tajweed. This is interesting. I don't know, this one, I got this from Jordan or from Dawlatul Islam in Birmingham. I forgot. Now the point is, the interesting thing is, when I went to Birmingham, the section about Quran Tajweed, and guess who are the masters of, because you know sometimes the Rafida, they say, yeah, it's not about reciting the Quran well, you have to understand it, as if these Bataniya with the ridiculous and khurafi tafsir, you know, where I don't know, the fig and whatever, the apple and the banana or whatever they come up with is the imam and this and that, because you know they have no hujjah. The deen is, they claim hujjah and they have zero hujjah. Ahlul Sunnah excel in everything, in tajweed, in all sciences of the Quran, in tajweed, in tafsir, and so on and so forth. So guess what? In the section of tajweed, in that massive bookstore, Dar Mecca, you should visit it. Very good bookstore, massive. If you haven't been there, you're gonna be surprised. to see such a massive book, like almost the size of half the size of a football field. And all the books about tajweed and Quran and qira'ah, all of them were written, but not just by contemporary, classical ones, by the scholars of Ahl Sunnah. I'm not saying the Rafida have no books about tajweed and whatnot, but they are all based on our books. They have no classical books like ours, renowned books of tajweed, because Ahl Sunnah, Ahl Quran. And then what do we have here? شرح شذور الذهب في معرفة كلام العرب. This is also a book. This is a more difficult book about grammar, Arabic grammar. And then, what do we have here? Oh yeah, this one is also my baby. يوم السقيفة. يوم السقيفة, the day of سقيفة. والموقف من الشبهات على بيعة أبي بكر الصديق رضي الله عنه. The day of Saqifa, and the position or regarding the shubuhat, the doubts, the arguments with regards to the bay'ah, the pledge of allegiance to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, may Allah be pleased to him. Basically a book about, all the drama that Rafida make about Saqifa, Bani Sa'id, usurpation, or the Abu Bakr usurped the Khilafah, and all this Madlumiyya Zionist style victim role game. This book is one of many, like Dr. Hamid Muhammad Khalifa, goes through, I think, at least the main shubhat that they raise with regards to Abu Bakr's Khilafah. That one is good, mashallah. There, you see, no space, things are falling. This one is this is a beauty. This one, إيران السنية. إيران السنية الحياة الدينية في إيران قبل الصفوية. Sunni Iran, Sunni Persia, the religious life in Iran قبل الصفوية. Safawiya, I can't give a lecture now, although this is my field, I love it. Safawiya is a 16th century Persian, Turkish dynasty who chose Rafidism, 12 Imamism, as a really tool to oppose especially the Safawis and to establish their own empire. A mixture of Majusiya, pre-Islamic beliefs, renovation of what is it called? Nowruz mixed with Shi'i beliefs. Exactly what you have today as Twelveism. So this is about Persia, Iran, when Iran was majority Sunni. Not that there are millions of Sunnis in Iran still, alhamdulillah, but this is about the religious life in Iran before it was majority Shia. So roughly 450 years ago. It's not a long time. And in most Iranians, the vast majority of them, most of the ancestors were Sunnis. This is a very beautiful book. I don't even know where did I get this from? I forgot. Anyway, what else do we have? At-Ta'wil fi Sifat al-Ilahiyya. This is a good book. I think this is by a Sudani Sheikh. I forgot. This is basically a book defending the creed of Ahl Sunnah, Ahlul Athar, in regards to the Sifat and the attributes, wa Asma'illah, the attributes and names of Allah. The Shubhat, the Neo-Jahmiyyah, the Rafida, the Mu'tazila in the past, and so on. All the objections answered and the belief of Ahl Sunnah defended. Then what do we have here? التمهيد في علم التجويد. Now this is Al-Imam Muhammad bin Al-Jazari. This Imam, I did my research, he was of Kurdish origin, Sunni, Ahlus Sunnah, like most of our Kurdish brothers and sisters. And this is the beauty of Ahlus Sunnah. Look, the book, this is one of the, you can say, what can you say, like the pillars of Tajweed, written by a scholar. And many books, modern day books, are based on this, is by Imam Al-Jazari. In no book, good book about Tajweed, I don't mean a book about Tajweed for kids, I mean like a detailed book can't be a good book about tajweed when they don't mention Imam al-Jazari, who laid down, who wrote down all the rules and so on and so forth. And of course he was one Ahlul Sunnah. This is from our Kurdish brothers and sisters, what they have given to the Ummah, التمهيد في علم التجويد by Imam Ibn al-Jazari. Right, what else? Oh, these ones are hilarious. Ar-Rasid, I don't even know if the website exists. It's basically a website refuting Rafidi arguments and exposing the Iranian terrorist Khomeinian regime. And yeah, it's like a proper magazine. I mean, Jordan was a good time, wallahi. Here the Buddha of the Rafida. Here Hassoun Nasrul Khamenei. Yeah, this is old stuff. And what is this here? What do we have here? Okay, leave this for now. Oh, this is important. This is and this is Al-Khurasaniya في شرح عقيدة الرازيين أصل السنة واعتقاد الدين. This is one of the classical books of Ahlul Sunnah, based on the aqwal, based on the statements of the two Razis. There's two Razis. Everybody with the name Razi, Tehran today, what you know is the capital of Iran, historically used to be a little town, insignificant town village, really, a village. Historically, now a suburb, ironically, of Tehran, Ray, Shahr Ray in Farsi, Madinat Ray, used to be almost as significant as Baghdad, some say. And everybody from Ray is not called a Rai or something, it's called a Razi. So yes, Fakhruddin al-Razi is from Ray, from Tehran, the famous Ash'ari scholar. And many other scholars, Ahlul Sunnah scholars, and so on and so forth. And Abu Zur'a al-Razi and Abu Hatim al-Razi, both of them Persians, actual ethnic Persians, Sunni, Salafi, Atharis, from the Salaf, they are from the Salaf. They laid down the Aqidah of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And this is compiled by our Sheikh Abdul Aziz Ibn Marzuq al-Tarifi, Sheikh al-Tarifi, who, may Allah free him. And it's called, subhanAllah, look, Al-Khurasaniya. Of course, Khurasaniya is historically, a large portion of it is in Iran, and a large portion of it is in northern Afghanistan and some other countries. It's historically a large Persian-speaking region. So yes, this is very beautiful. What do we have here? Of course, here, Khalid ibn al-Walid, the Sword of Allah, a biographical study of one of the greatest military generals in history. I think, I don't know, was this a Pakistani military general who either wrote this or there's input of him in it? I forgot. But that's a must-have. This one is beautiful as well. The Conquest of Persia, by the Sahaba, by the same author. What the heck is this? Oh, look here. We have Nahjul Balagha. Here's the Rafidi Bible, Nahjul Balagha. By Imam Ali alayhi salam. Of course, I have Nahjul Balagha in original. And okay, this one, we want to get to that. Alright, oh yeah, this one. SubhanAllah, one of the Sahabis most attacked by the Rafida is obviously Sayyidina Abu Huraira, radiallahu anhu. Tons of shubuhat they raise against him. I haven't read in my life a book devastating for the Rafida as this one. And there's even another one. There's 2 free thick books by, I think, at least 2 free shuyukh. They wrote detailed rad on the Rafida when it comes to their shubuhat against Abi Huraira. This one is by Sheikh, no, sorry, it is translated, I know the Sheikh, Ishaq al-Dubayri. This one is I think he has native Southern Persian Sunni. And and studied in Medina. But the muallif, the author, is Abdullah bin Abdul Aziz al-Nasir. Dalil wa Burhan. This is in Farsi, yeah. Dalil wa Burhan dar tabra'e Abu Hurairah as Buhtan. This Persian, it means the clear evidences of the innocence of Abu Hurairah against the Buhtan, the allegations of the Rafida, of course. Is a translation from Al-Burhan fi tabri'a Abi Hurairah min al-Buhtani. And this is I have a small book as well somewhere. It was also good in defense of Abu Hurairah, but this one, subhanallah, I don't know, have they translated parts of it, some of it in English? You see how Ahl Sunnah are sleeping? These kind of things, they're all available. Now, of course, I encourage you to learn Arabic. It is way more beneficial. However, obviously not all Muslims will manage to learn Arabic. So these kind of things in our times should have been translated long time ago. You see how the enemy, how the opponent, the extremist Rafida, polemicists, the Iranian regime and whatnot, when they say, oh, Wahhabi money, they get money. Wahhabi money, yeah? I have one bookshelf, I can't even... Well, I mean, there's really no space for another one. But I mean, if there's... if there would be any Wahhabi money, we would have a proper bookshelf. And anyway, I remember on my TV show always... to anger them when they say, oh, you get money from Wahhabis, you broadcasting... I used to say to them, well, listen, if I have no problem if any Muslim country, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, if they want to support us, they can actually install the pipelines, oil pipelines, right next to my house here, flat. But they don't. And the money, we don't care about the money. We care about that these things get to the people. That should have been translated, So now, unfortunately, sleeping. I sleep. All right. What do we have here? This is a good book. These books, yeah. By the way, that like this translation in Arabic, from Arabic to Persian in defense of Abu Hurairah. These books you can get all in Saudi Arabia. Get them for your family members. Get them for your Iranian neighbor. Get them for your, Iranian Shia family or any Shia family in Persian. Get them when you go to Saudi Arabia. Ask around. Most of them are even for free. They will give it to you for free. This one, for example, this website is a legendary website. SubhanAllah, I know this website since the days, I think, that I left Shiism, like late 2003. Aqeedah.com. It is the largest online Persian Sunni library in the world. They have, oh my God, they have a whole section, not just about ex-Shias, they have a whole section they have a whole section for about ex-Shias, and they have a whole section by ex-Shia authors. And imagine those who have passed away, and even living ones. For example, they're in contact with many Shia mullahs in Qom who have left Shiism and right now live in Qom, but of course they don't undercover, and they refute Shiism, and they write their articles, and you can read them there. And it's not just about Shiism, there's everything about, alhamdulillah, there's fiqh, about fiqh, about adab, about spirituality, about tazkiyatun nafs, everything. They have so much work they have done. Aqeedah.com, subhanAllah, every Persian speaker in the world should appreciate it. And here, this book is by, is this in Arabic? Is this in Arabic? Because, no, it's the Farsi one, yeah. Shahroi Ittihad, Bar Asir Nusus Imamat. This is a complete, devastating, refutation of the pillar of Rafidism, of Shiism, Imamism, which is Imama. In this book, which is the author is Ustad Haydar Ali Qalamdaran. There is lots more stuff of him in Farsi. There's even a website they made for him. Basically, in short, he's an ex-Shia from Qom. He's a native Qummi, and he used to be a Mu'ammam. He used to be the Shubahat started. He stopped wearing the turban, and then he studied more, and then he left Shiism, and then he wrote his whole family. Obviously, you can imagine what drama they made. Abandoned him, I think his wife as well. But look what he did, what he left for the Ummah. But who knows him, subhanAllah? Look, We are muqassirin, I'm telling you. It's our fault. Who knows? This man, in the Vatican of the Rafida, left their religion and wrote a book. It's nothing insulting here, it's an academic book showing on what shaky foundation Shiism is based, i.e. their belief in imama, wilaya, this alleged belief that it's so clearly mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah. Mu'allif, this Ustad Haydar Ali Qalamdaran, wrote this book, available in Arabic and Farsi. Well, alhamdulillah, it's in Arabic, but it's not available in English. No way. بمقدمة وحواشي Ayatollah Abu al-Fadl al-Burqai, I'm going to talk about him. He wrote the Muqaddama, in the introduction. So that's a book, Refutation of Imama. Now to the Don and legend himself. This, quickly, Allame Abu al-Fadl al-Burqai. He's a descendant of, I think, Hassan al-Burqa, one of the descendants of Musa al-Kadhim. I don't know. This is at least what they claim, or what he claims. But this is not important. What is important is, I remember in my early, in the last days, when I was a Shia, back then, the internet, I remember the internet in the late 90s, early 2000s, on Shia forums, there was like two types of people. Those Shias who completely denied his existence. They said, it's fabrication, this guy never existed. And then there was the other type who say, yeah, he did exist, but he wasn't nobody and nothing, And then alhamdulillah, YouTube came, high-speed internet and whatnot. But forget about that. I met his grandson. That what is it for me. I met his grandson and became close friends with his grandson, his actual grandson, who of course left Shiism as well, alhamdulillah, and became Muslim upon Tawheed. And I met his grandson, and I spent hours with his grandson and asked him millions of questions. And he said, I know this is lying, upon the opponent is part of their deen, unfortunately. He said, my grandfather is known in Iran, was known in Iran, was known during the revolution. His books are known. This man wrote a couple of dozen books. Now look what a legend he is. He wrote a couple of dozen books in defense of Shiism. Imagine, in his early years of when he was a Shi'i Mu'ammam. Then he left Shiism and wrote a dozen of books in refutation of Shiism, and even he reviewed it himself. And look, is there any more sincerity? Sheikh Abu Muntasir al-Balushi, the Iranian Sunni Sheikh in London, he calls him the Ibn Hazm of Persia. He says Iranians and Ahlus Sunnah don't appreciate this man. They haven't appreciated him enough. It will take some decades, some generations. This book, Ya Allah, is available. By the way, his grandson, when I met him years ago, he told me that he has a project, he started a project. I said, because I asked him, where's his stuff? Well, these people are denying that he even exists. And then he says, he started laughing. He said, denying that he exists? There's audio files of him speaking, with pictures of him, there's everything. Anyway, in the last few years, the Rafida have stopped denying his existence. There was even this Ayatollah Qazvini on Velayat TV. He said, what did he say? He said, yeah, he did exist, and but at the end, I think he became Sunni Shia again. Some nonsense like this. This man was such a lion, became Rafidi again at the end of his life before he died. And this is the grandson's testimony. He told, I was witness. His grandson told me this. Before he died, he said, wherever you bury me, because they buried him in some random place in Tehran, do not decorate my grave. Do not raise my grave, like a Hindu shrine type of graves of Rafida, like Khomeini's mausoleum that looks like a Zoroastrian palace. He said, keep it simple. Subhanallah, exactly like Imam Baqir, alayhi salam radiallahu anhu, in their own book said, 4 fingers high, nothing exaggeration, don't write on it, nothing. Keep it very simple. He never became Rafidi again, and what he left, we judge people on their last mawaqif, on their last stances. His last stance, his books that I'm going to present to you. This one is available, by the way, the website. The website is called burqei.com, borqei.com. Unfortunately, only in Arabic and Farsi. But at least you Arab speakers, read it, spread it, translate it in English. This one, سوانح أيام در زندگی خادم الإسلام آیت الله العظمى علامه برقعی. This is a autobiography written by himself. This subhanallah. And how many people Ahlul Sunnah know this man? How many have read his story? Wallah, you cry when you read this book. This man was a lion of his time. He challenged Khomeini during the revolution for a debate. The coward Khomeini knew that this guy is not a nobody. Khomeini he explains how many times he challenged Khomeini in many maraja, and he wrote many books in refutation of. You're going to see. I'm going to show you. This is his autobiography. This is why they hate him so much. You know Minhaj al-Sunnah by Ibn Taymiyyah, by Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. Did you know that Minhaj al-Sunnah was never translated fully in Persian language? Obviously, because, in the past, Sunni Persian scholars were, till today, Persian Sunni scholars are fluent in Arabic. There was not a need to translate this in Farsi. The irony is, the first man on earth who translated Minhaj al-Sunnah in Arabic language out of everyone was a black turban wearing ex-Shia Ayatollah. This is translated by, this is the ikhtisar, this mukhtasar, it's the short version, and it's, this was first time translated by Abu al-Fadl Burqai. This, can you imagine? And, alright, let's go here now, let's check what we have here. Okay, oh yeah. You know this one, and I made maybe I can put the link later. You know, on the 12 Shia forum, I made a thread about Jam'iyyat al-Al wal-Ashab. I think they're based in Bahrain and in Kuwait. And basically, it is a beautiful project. It is a project, a muassasa, an organization that publicizes in a very academical way, calm way, books about the Sahaba and Ahlul Bayt, and it refutes the attacks of the Rafidah and proves that yes, nobody ruhama'u bainahum. You know, when we mentioned this verse that the Sahaba, the believers with the Prophet, Sahaba and Ahlul Bayt, they were ruhama, they had mercy for each other. Then they say, oh, yeah, mercy for each other. What about the wars? What about Jamal? What about Safin? As if, to everything there's an exception. Every couple has arguments. That doesn't mean they're not ruhama to each other. And the Sahaba, despite all the problems, the fitan that happened, in the end of the day, they were ruhama. They were merciful to each other. The Sahaba and Ahlul Bayt. And this book is about Al-Hasan wal-Hussein. It's about Al-Hasan wal-Hussein, the fada'il, the merits of Hasan al-Hussein, by who they were narrated, those evil Nasibis, for example, Al-Hasan wal-Hussein, Sayyida Shababi Ahl al-Jannah. Al-Hasan wal-Hussein are the leaders of the youth in Jannah. Guess who narrated that? Ali bin Abi Talib in the books of Sunnis, for example? No. Maybe someone who the Shia, one of the very few Sahaba that don't make takfir? No. It was narrated by Abu Hurairah. Not just Abu Hurairah, but Abu Hurairah is one of them. The one who they claim is the agent of Bani Umayyah, and his sole job was to degrade the Ahl Bayt. Yeah. But this man came and narrated to us this beautiful fadila and the merit of Hasan al-Hussein. And yes, there is even how they participated in the conquests. Al-Hasan al-Hussein participated in the conquest, I think, of, definitely Uthman, radiallahu anhu, and Muawiyah, even. As I was saying, this Al and Ashab, here's another book. I made a thread on the forums, on 12 Shia forum. There you can, I explain exactly what this organization is about, and the books and the posters they make. These things are translated, and these posters are distributed, alhamdulillah, especially at Hajj in Mecca and in Medina, to Iranian Zuwar, to Iranian pilgrims and other Shias. and for da'wah purposes, and it's a beautiful organization. They work, and read this book. MashaAllah. And oh yeah, these ones, you see, when you go to Mecca or Medina, this is what they distribute, alhamdulillah, to Iranian Zawar, pilgrims, Khums wa Ghanaim, yeah, by the Persian. This is translated by Ishaq Dubayri, rahimahullah, Persian Sunni, Hormuzgani, Southern Persian, native Sunni scholar, and it's about the theft that they brought light and theft of the Rafida clergy, where they treat their own people as spoils of war, as kuffar. Yeah, khums, you take it from spoils of war, from the kuffar, not from your own people. In Rafidism, you take it, the turban heads take it from the own people. It's a refutation, quick refutation of of khums in the Rafidi religion. And then this is Mawjara Ghadir Khum. This is about Ghadir. Quickly, logically explained why Ghadir has nothing to do with Bay'at, you know, with Pledge of Allegiance, as Ali being our leader. These things are beautiful, you know. They tons of them. Not tons. I used to have, but when you go to Mecca, Medina, if you're Afghan, if you're Iranian, get these things, you know, for da'wah. Yeah, this book is written. Oh, this brother, I know him over a decade, in the early days when I left Shiism. Some brother of Iranian, Persian, and mixed descent, but Sunni born. Abu Saleh. No, Abu Saleh, and it's called Imama in the Quran in an objective perspective. A very intelligent, sharp-minded brother, and this is a very strong refutation of the very pillar of Rafidism. For a few dollars, pounds, you can find it online. What was it called? The website Lulu or something? Some bookshop, online bookshop. Type it exactly as it's written. You can find it. It's literally for a few dollars. Like, I don't know, was it 2, 3, 1, 2 pounds? Well, this is a gem. This is a diamond, you know. But we don't have the means. I'm telling you. If I had the means, these things would all be translated and distributed to everywhere. This is good, short, also good maybe for younger people, a tawassul, using a means to seek Allah's help. This is because in Ahl Sunnah, of course we believe in tawassul. We believe in visiting graves, you know, when they Rafida, when they want to scare their own people, you know, when these turban heads and so, oh, the Wahhabis say visiting graves shirk. The Wahhabis say tawassul shirk. Wahhabis say, we don't say this. We say there is a Shari'i Islamic way of visiting graves, which is you visit graves to be reminded of death. That's the what is the falsafa? What is the philosophy of visiting graves? To be reminded of death in Islam. And what do you do when you visit graves? What is the sunnah? You say salam to the people of the grave. Yes, you say salam to them. You don't sit with them and have chit chat and ask them for all your needs and hajat, your Abul Fazl and whatnot. You sit there and give them your salam. Yani you pray for them, not to them. So yes, visiting graves is sunnah. This is, but in the correct way is a sunnah. In the wrong way, it's a bid'ah. It's a dalala and it's a shaytaniyah. And that's what Ahlul Bid'ah, like the Rafida and other Quburiyun, other grave worshippers do in the name of Islam. They just give it a fancy Arabic terminology. They give it a stamp of, oh, tawassul. All I'm doing is tawassul. Whereas no, what you're doing is not tawassul. You're calling directly upon Fatima and sujood and whatnot. You call upon Ali, Abul Fadl, a dozen of other imams and whatnot. This is exactly what Catholics do. This is exactly what other people do who call upon other than Allah, pray to other than Allah, and then misuse verses of the Quran or come up with the excuse, oh, yeah, all I'm doing is tawassul, intercession. Short, good book, about the Islamic way of tawassul. There's an Islamic one and there's a harami bid'i shirki one. And a few more of these pamphlets. Oh, this is subhanallah. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. This is again from, I know that this is from the brothers from Al Ashab originally. Yeah, originally all of this is in Arabic. It's by who? Ali bin Hamid at-Tamimi, and again translated by our Persian Sunni brother Sheikh Ishaq Doberi. This one, brothers and sisters, and this thread on the forums where I explain the da'wah project of Al-Al wal Ashab, these organizations in Kuwait and in Bahrain that who educate people about the Ahl Bayt and the Sahaba, and how the Ahl Bayt in reality are free of the Rafida, and they answer the shubuhat of the Rafida, the attacks against Ahl Sunnah and against the Sahaba. In this thread on the forum, as I said, I explain exactly what this organization is. I put a lot of posters there. I put links in numerous languages so you can download PDFs, the posters. This one basically, again, they distributed this in Mecca and Medina. When you go to Umrah or Hajj, get it for your family members. They give these things for free. This is so beautiful. SubhanAllah, look, this is all the posters. I think all the main posters of Al wal Ashab. For example, here, دختران پیامبر صلی الله علیه وسلم بنات النبی, yani the daughters of the prophet. Not all, we have to be fair, but especially the WTF Wilat al-Faqih, not a type of the Rafida, they deny that the prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم had more than one daughter. The reality is, of course, he had more than one daughter, and 2 of them he gave to Uthman radiallahu anhu. 2. And what is this? Is the wajib por barakat. Oh, this is beautiful. Is the wajib por barakat Ali ibn Abi Talib wa Fatima Zahra. The blessed marriage of Ali ibn Abi Talib and Fatima Zahra radiallahu anhuma. This here, look, this is of course something that Rafida will never mention, did you know that obviously Ali was one of the very poor Sahaba? There were some Sahaba, they were wealthy, like Uthman, Abu Bakr was wealthy. And look, it's Zaman and Makan, where did Ali and Fatima marry? And Khastigar, who was invited? Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Umar ibn Khattab, Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, Khastigar, yeah, Mehriya. Mehriya, what was the mahar? Zarreh, I think به حضرت عثمان به درهم فروخته بود و حضرت عثمان پس از آن پرداخت پول زنجه رو نیز Allahu Akbar. The mahr was with all the references are all there, in small print. The mahr at Ali's marriage, the mahr he gave to Fatima was some certain amount of, I think it's coins, gold or money, and که به حضرت عثمان به درهم فروخته, something that Ali sold to Uthman, and Uthman in his good willing gave that for free back to Ali, so that Ali has so it's easy upon Ali to marry. لوازم عروسی, material, for marriage, like furniture, you could almost say. It was brought and given to Ali by Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Bilal و سلمان فارسی بر اساس راهنمایی پیامبر. They were sent by the Prophet ﷺ, and they gave him. So you see, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, all of them were parts of Ali's marriage, helped him, had nothing against him. There's many other posters. نامهایی که علی و فرزندانش آنها را برگزیده و بدان افتخار میکردن. Names that Ali loved and gave his children. The argument the Rafida say, yeah, but Ali didn't name his child after Umar ibn Khattab, Yasir Khabith and these people. They think, they're smart. They say, no, Ali didn't name his son after Umar ibn al-Khattab. How do you know? How do you know he named it after Umar ibn al-Khattab? Shubha sakhifa, a pathetic shubha. That's like saying, imagine we Muslims, a Christian coming to us, or Jew, and saying, okay, your prophet had a son named Abraham. Can you prove that he named him after the actual prophet Abraham? Well, there's no hadith that the prophet say, I name you after Abraham. As far as I know, I don't know. But come on, it's the Prophet ﷺ, and Abraham is known, Ibrahim, so Ibrahim after Ibrahim alayhi salam. But no problem. Let's say Ali didn't name his son after Umar ibn al-Khattab. Yeah? I watched one of these lectures of Yasir Khabith. He said Ali didn't name his son after Umar ibn Khattab. Ali named his son after Umar ibn Salama, one of the mothers of the believers that they claim to respect. She had a son called Umar. You know, the Sahaba, they loved this name. Even Ali's friends loved the name. So the Shia, they claimed that no. Ali named his son after Umar ibn Salama, not Umar ibn al-Khattab. Well, here's the breaking news for them. Okay, then start giving your children, sons, the name Umar with the intention of naming them after Umar ibn Salama. Would you do that? Of course they won't. Because they're scholars who hold Majusi, Sasanian grudge, hiding it in a disguise of following Ahlul Bayt, you know, would discourage their followers to do that. Otherwise, yeah, Ali had one Abu Bakr. He named one of his sons Abu Bakr. He had one of it. Of course, there's Ali's, Muhammad's, there's Hamza, but he had one Abu Bakr, one Umar, and another Umar. This is I know. Ali had two Umars. Ali had two Umars, one small one, one older one, and he had one Abu Bakr, and he had one Uthman. Uthman again, you know what they say about Uthman? They say, no, he didn't name his son Uthman ibn Affan. No, our Rafidi narrations say he named his son Uthman ibn Madmum. Another Uthman, radiallahu anhu, another Sahabi. Mashi, no problem. Go name your son Uthman with the intention of your infallible Imam. Would they do that? You see, it's irrelevant, brothers. It's irrelevant with what intention Ali named his son Umar or Abu Bakr or Muhammad. The point is, if these names are good enough for Ali bin Abi Talib, Muhammad, Uthman, Umar, two Umars, Abu Bakr. By the way, Hassan as well. Hassan and Hussein had sons named Abu Bakr, Umar, another Umar. Yeah, another Uthman, another Umar, Uthman. If these names were good enough by Ahlul Bayt, for Ahlul Bayt, then they're good enough for us as well, forever. There's no expiry date on it, you know, when they say, oh yeah, no, these names were normal in the past. What do you mean normal in the past? They're normal still today. There's normal Arab names. Everywhere in the Arab world, it's normal. And it was normal and nice to Ahlul Bayt. And Ahlul Bayt, ironically, in their books, their narrations, no hujjah on us, hujjah on them is an argument against them. In their books, they say that the Ahlul Bayt said, give your children good names. Don't give your children the names of the enemies of Ahlul Bayt. If you do this, the shaitan will start to tumble and whatnot. Oh, khurafat, narrations. Well, whatever, their narrations. So here, Ahlul Bayt, you're smarter than Ahlul Bayt. These names are beautiful names, with whatever intention Ali gave him. Oh, we are now stuck here a long time. What is this? Oh, this is beautiful. And this is a post about the lineage of Jafar al-Sadiq. And because, the famous statement that Jafar al-Sadiq said, where is the statement? Is it that one? Waladani Abu Bakr Marratain. Anyway, Jafar al-Sadiq from one side, I think mother's side, his great, if you like, grandfather is Abu Bakr al-Siddiq. Another thing that many Shias, of course, don't know. And what else? Oh no, this is that one. Yeah, Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, Imam Jafar al-Sadiq used to say,